And we're back.
Talk about 90s production.
Welcome to the Friendlyjordies podcast.
It's Spooky McSpooks a lot with the news. Woo! I wish that show existed.
Can you actually hear me through the mic? Okay.
Yeah,
You want to know how to increase Holsworthy live numbers?
Do that.
Hey, Jordan hasn't had a Reeses.
I mean, that is actually how Miss Love got to 1,000 subs on Forest Hall.
How?
By putting on a cheap mask from Golo.
Did I?
Yeah.
That is true. By the
A
way,
cheap mask from Golo that seems to be sculpted from
shit.
your face.
You're right. The cookie just dropped there. The video. Shout out Forest Hall. Go to watch The Quiet Life online.
You got to 10,000 yet?
Pathetic. Nah, it's on 7.5.
Well,
pretty good.
it's not 10,000.
Nah.
But it's, you know what? It is a huge improvement, especially for a channel that I think before that video dropped out had 300 subs.
Something like
Something
that.
along the lines of that.
It
It was that level of subs where a celebrity from yesteryear tries their hand in YouTube and puts a couple of videos on and no one's interested.
I'm very glad that I clocked over 1,000.
this
So I was
is a celebrity of future years.
yeah.
Because this new video went viral. Kind of. Like how
You
much?
still talking about Forest Hall?
I'm talking about your new song, the video. How many
Damn.
views did it get?
7.5. That's not really viral.
Million.
7.5 million. Yeah, Will Smith asked. Will Smith gave me a record deal. He's not even a musician.
Purge Taylor Swift off the charts.
Yeah.
Boom! How's that for a quiet life?
Yeah, I fucking oath.
All right, well, I think that the
Wait,
spookiest thing of
one second. Welcome to the Friendlyjordies podcast.
Thank you.
You're watching or listening to the Halloween edition. And if you're only listening to us, I made a lot of effort to do the decor. So go on YouTube, type Friendlyjordies podcast and subscribe to our channel and check out how it looks.
Do a
All
sound
good,
effect.
but I've also got to do a sound effect.
You need a sound effect after those, dude.
Oh, the wrong one. The wrong one.
Stay there, because I've got a question that's really fitting for that. How much did all of this cost?
Upwards of $65.
Oh shit, it's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap at all.
Well,
I mean, collectively.
luckily, I'm reimbursing you by forcing you to eat a disgusting grape jelly thing.
Why are we eating this anyways?
I don't know, but that is coming up later.
Yes, later.
And that's the real sizzle of today's broadcast. But the other one
Poison.
that we have, just as an appetizer, if you will, is that I haven't had a Reese's peanut butter cup since I was 8 years old, and I didn't like them then. Mm-hmm. Miss Love assures me that I probably won't like them now, and I agree.
Let's
so
see.
let's give them a go.
Just let that fuse in because,
Wow. No, I'll say this about them.
yeah.
They're the anchovies of chocolates. It's an acquired taste, and the older you get, with age comes a liking of a confectionery aimed at children.
Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cups, check them out.
Yep. Salt.
they don't sell them enough.
Need any marketing or
Nah,
anything.
I've got a great line for them.
What?
Salt and sugar combined at last.
True.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, this is oceanic water of treats.
But you like
This is
it.
what if seahorses could eat chocolate, they'd want this, wouldn't they?
But it's good though, right?
I like it.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not going to buy
It's
it.
very American.
I don't know why we're eating food now for the podcast, but we have to eat one more thing for
Oh,
Miss-
we're doing this now, are we?
I told you it was coming up.
Well, no. This is like punishment poker vibes.
Okay, wait. How about we get to this in a second?
After.
So let's do my one and only Halloween segment for today.
Very good, Ali.
So this is a game that the two of you are going to play with the audience.
this is the
So
punishment.
the comments need your answers. So what I have here is a riddle. It's a murder mystery riddle. Ooh. And
Now that's
you
fitting.
guys have to solve it along with you guys. So let's start off. The first riddle.
It does sound like an hour-long board game that we are
It's
just going to
short,
tell
it's
us live.
It's
but
we got
okay.
time.
It's short. Okay.
We did just do that the other day for our patrons. So, I mean, look, this is what you get if you sign up today.
Hey, see this poker. Here's a clue. See this poker table? It's not just ornamental.
And not cheap either, so please become a patron.
And that's all the clues you're getting. No, that's mean. We played poker online and everybody hated it.
Not everybody. A
Some
lot of people. A lot of people.
Like more than necessary to stop doing it. Okay.
And then we persisted on the next week.
I disagree.
Listen to this carefully because the clues lie with the scenario and for the audience too. Listen to it carefully.
Okay.
Elderly woman lived alone in her house by the suburbs. She rarely left the house and knew only a few people. One Friday morning, the mailman called out for the woman but didn't receive a prompt answer as usual. Upon peeking in through the window, the mailman realized that the woman was murdered. The police investigated the house and found Tuesday's newspaper by the dead body. Also by the door outside there were 3 unopened bottles of milk, one which had gone bad. The police arrested the killer the very next day. How did they figure it out so quickly?
Can you tell us?
No, we're
I
gonna
No,
That's the
Yes.
game. That's the game.
I can,
we've
but
got
that's
to
the
find
game.
I know.
Well,
the answer.
Yeah.
So
you
you guys discuss it while I look at the comments to see if anyone.
Well,
Well,
actually
apparently
is
no
getting it.
discussion needed. Mislav takes an hour to decide what he wants to eat. You can figure out riddles like that.
that's right. I'm a enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Okay, the answers are get pegged, Ali. I don't know if that's the accurate answer to this.
I suppose
shit.
it is just the answer to
Okay.
life, though.
Oh, some of them, Miss Love, you can't look at the comments.
I
sorry.
know.
Yeah, no, give me that.
I
You
actually
can't look at because like some of them have answered it
yeah,
correctly.
Too late. I already.
For example,
did, so nice try.
Big Willie, you're right. Tobit, OG, you're right. Okay, so the answer is.
What?
Okay,
We didn't even get a crack out of it, did we?
Well, Miss Love, you can't have a crack at it. 'cause
And now
you're
I
reading
can't
the
even
comments.
remember the question.
Oh,
All I could remember is that, as
is
usual,
fucked.
everyone's just looking at their phones while they're doing their one job in
That's
the week.
how Twitch works, dude. I know you don't know. You don't know every platform perfectly. I know you know YouTube, but Twitch is a little
Yeah,
different.
MySpace is
You are
your
right, okay.
game. Just stick to MySpace.
You can't get your head around it. You're just like, what do you mean live stream?
When are we supposed to put up our resumes? Is this LinkedIn or not?
Okay, have a
When
crack
are we supposed
at
to put
it.
up our... Oh, wait, actually, also, could you guys post us your resumes? And I just want to see, if it's impressive or not. I just want to see how much people lie on them.
It's not esoteric.
Because I have the theory that it's 100%.
Who's going to do that? What? They're going to send in their resume and then we're going to discern if they're lying or telling the truth.
Well, it's better than Ali's games, I've got to say.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
But also, I think it's just interesting to look at them and just be like, okay, worked at McDonald's, then moved on to work at Mambo for a bit and beat the Dalai Lama in an arm wrestle. Well, this all checks out.
Dude, if you want to hire people, you can just ask them for resume. You don't have to come up with an elaborate game.
You saw through it. I need an editor. That's what we're getting to.
Okay.
Broke through the fourth wall.
Oh, we're gonna get so many. Anyways, okay. If you want to put it out
I don't
there,
know if
put
we
it-
should...
Jordan's email is Jordan.
No, just go through the Discord, for God's sakes. Look, if you know things on computers, like, okay, first of all, if you know Twitch, you're off to a good start.
Dude, how good's that as a threat? If you ever annoy me, I'm just leaking your email. That would suck for you.
Actually, you wouldn't because you don't read them that often
Yeah, that's
anyway.
True. Actually, I've seen
It
his
would
email.
suck
It's like,
for his staff,
Yeah.
including me if it comes to the sales one.
Yeah. That's the
My
way
bad.
to punish Ali indirectly.
yeah, it is actually.
Okay, so the answer, do you want to have a crack at it? Or have you forgotten completely what the
Milkman?
scenario was? Yes, that is correct.
Are you kidding?
No, that's it.
No, seriously.
That's it. Milkman.
The milkman kills.
Jesus, that's so easy.
Let me like tell you why.
That was just the first word that came out of my mouth. I wasn't thinking. I just said something.
And you were right. Sometimes you stab in the dark and it hits the right spot.
I mean, come on, that is higher than getting a straight flush in poker. That was really amazing.
that close to saying milk woman, but he went for milkman. You got it right. Amazing. It is amazing.
Really just does
I mean-
add credence to the theory that all my entire staff have that the only reason you have a career is pure luck. Well, speaking of luck, I suppose the world universe just sorts itself out.
You sit tight.
No, but you know what is
sit tight.
amazing about this table? We've got to advertise the
expensive.
cheap. I'm not sure if they're a citizen of this country or not that was selling these.
He's
Because
giving me a sponge that's wet.
no, go for it.
No, it's not. It's as dry as it's going to get.
Okay, perfect. Sorry for the distraction. My
Seeing
bad.
it comes out just like that, and by just like that I mean there's a permanent stain now.
Wait, I have to say, no one has done that before, and it's like in a way it broke the curse. So.
Yeah,
And
good
also,
one, Ali.
considering that I was the one who was like, "Do not fucking drop shit on this table."
Dude, the whole look. I won't explain the.
Why does
dynamic.
Ali have such a dad complex?
Yeah.
Always that.
Okay, so I'll quickly read it out for the people that didn't know and were curious. The mailman killed the old woman because the newspapers for Wednesday and Thursdays weren't found in or outside the house. This means he knew that there would be no one to read them.
A lot of cluey steps to a very obvious
And he
answer.
tried to trick the police by reporting the crime himself.
What about the milk?
What?
The leaving the bottles of the milk?
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, not the milkman killed her. The mailman killed her. The mailman did. My bad. My bad.
You guys pay me out.
Yeah, sorry. Mailman, so...
Imagine this guy played Cluedo.
Oh, that was so
Okay.
satisfying, Ali.
I know this is bad, but
really
I'm just going to power through the next scenario because let's get over with this.
Still going, are we?
We're not paying for anything. We are going to fucking sit and wallow in the hilarious awesomeness that was those 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Just let me,
Correct.
Let me just personally breathe, sink it in. Wait, well, just give me a sec. I don't care if we're
There is a
live.
possibility that Ali is too polite that he just can't tell someone they're wrong. I really do think of that about him. He's a very accommodating man.
So nourishing. I loved that. Wait a
Okay,
second.
my bad. But this one,
Why was it the mailman?
because the mailman, because he didn't bring the newspapers for the remaining days, but the milkman did because the mailman knew that the woman was dead.
Oh, see, I thought.
So
it was,
he didn't realize that. So he didn't give them anyway.
Well, I thought it was.
So the next.
Well, I'm sure that theory would hold up in court. That's a very realistic answer. These riddles are amazing.
It's
The
Halloween
glimpse into
riddle.
life.
No, Ali, that was actually awesome. I'm totally on board with that again. That was mad.
Okay. One more. Okay, then I promise we end this. The science teacher at Jefferson High School is murdered on the first day of the academic year. The police narrowed down the suspects to 4 members of the school: the gardener, the coach, the math teacher, and the principal. However, they all have alibis. The gardener says that he was trimming the bushes. The coach says that he was playing basketball. Math teacher says he was conducting a mid-year test. The principal says he was in a meeting. The police had no trouble in arresting the person guilty of the crime. Who do you think the murderer is?
Basketballer.
Can you just read the beginning again?
The science teacher at Jefferson High School is murdered on the first day of the academic year. The police narrow down the suspects to 4 members of the school.
Just give me the 4 again.
The gardener says he was trimming the bushes. The coach says he was playing basketball. The math teacher says he was conducting a mid-year test. The principal says he was in a meeting. Who do you think killed? I'm going to look at the comments and Miss
Maths
Love, you
teacher
go.
always said maths teacher from day dot.
All right,
Yeah, it's not true, but okay.
I'm going this time
You
with
just
the
changed your
milkman.
mind.
And Ali says correct.
That is correct. Oh, wait, sorry. It's the mailman again.
When did you guys get so funny? Fuck me, that's hilarious. Fuck me.
Okay, so
No more horsing around, Miss Love. You're going to take this riddle seriously.
No,
What is it?
I've got an answer.
What? He's taking it seriously.
I'm choking on laughter.
Yep.
But you got to come up with why, okay? Because I fucked up last time with just
I'm gonna
giving you
go-
first of all it was wrong, and then you didn't even explain why you came up to that conclusion.
I'm gonna go the PE teacher.
For no reason?
No, I got a reason.
All right, well, you
Smarty
hold on to that
pants?
for a second.
All right.
Sticks and stones. but also, can we just see what the peeps out there
Yes,
think?
I just saw it. They all know it. But none of them are giving me a reason except for one. Like Jess93X is given the right reason. Actually, all of them are given the right reason. So
Goddamn
on.
nerds. The Luddians.
what's your reasoning, Jordan? Let's start with you and we'll go to Miss Love.
Well,
Why is it
wasn't
the
at
math
the
teacher?
beginning of the year that he died, and that guy said that he was doing a mid-year test?
Okay, that's one explanation. What's yours, Miss Love? Why is it the coach?
idiot? It's the coach because he's jealous of the math teacher. Like, stupid nerd, I'll show him.
No, but the math teacher is still alive. The science teacher
I mean,
got killed.
science. Like,
Yeah,
stupid nerd, I'll show him. I'm a jock. Fuck science.
In a remarkable turn of events. Miss Love, I wish I could say you're right. No, you're wrong. But Jordan, you're right. The explanation is also right. It's a How could he be doing a mid-year exam when it was the first day of the academic year?
Well-
Spooky murder stories.
Well,
At
Jordan,
least we know how much Ali will bend over backwards to make people feel all right.
congratulations.
He's sitting there
Congratulations.
and tolerating Miss Love's answers.
Fuck you. It was doable.
It was doable.
It's not impossible.
So good. You are just a character in one of those American Pie films. Killed him because he's a nerd. Tolerant. Fuck you.
Tolerant.
Tolerant.
I'll spell a word for you. C-U-N.
Go on. Where's this going?
P.
Now this is real riddle.
Yeah, what's your answer?
N-I-G.
Cump.
Cunningham.
Come on, let's replace it. Australia needs its own lingo. From now on, cunts are cumps.
Don't say that word. It's not allowed. No, it's not allowed. The cameras will go off and it'll break.
Ooh, Miss Love's scared dance.
That's what Miss Love thinks canceling is. The cameras just switch off.
Yes. Why,
Big
is that
brother.
Is that not what it is?
Hey, dude, it probably is correct. Like, they're listening to us. They could just switch off the camera.
Who's listening to us?
Well,
Damn, the
actually,
milkman.
John Barilaro is just now.
Yeah,
Milkman.
maybe. Maybe he's just realised all of a sudden, actually, I've been watching this guy for a bit. He's actually pretty funny, eh? I don't agree with his John Barilaro bashing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
apart from that, he's pretty spot on.
Pretty similar to a mango sushi, man. Not bad, not bad.
Like that UMass character. Fuck him.
I like the fact that it's not me.
Yeah, I like the fact. And also,
But let's be honest, John, it is you.
and he's like, but the accent of UMass is so spot on.
Mine, however, is not Stooge. I like how I've just been able to resurrect the most famous character I have from the channel
Vicariously.
and then just put it out again. Just completely moved. The only difference was he changed it to a Super Mario costume.
It's
just what they call in gaming world reskinning.
But I agree with Barilaro.
It's genius, man.
You're doing a Naples one. He's from Venice or some shit.
Is he?
No, he's
I don't know
Sicilian.
where he's from.
Sure.
He's
I think
Sicilian.
Look at him. He's
I think
Sicilian.
he's
Oh
Sicilian.
shit! And no wonder.
obviously,
I just
look.
realized
Yeah. Of course, dude.
it goes through the veins.
John, okay, here's the ultimatum. You know how there's the rest of Bros Week and we're going to be exposing a lot about you. If you go into Parliament tomorrow dressed in a Super Mario outfit, I will support you in the next election. Just do it.
He was not going to.
Clip it, send that to his Twitter account right now. I want everybody who is listening to clip that. For once, can you clip me saying something good? I'm sick of you guys always going, yeah. He said something, about Ovaltines. What? Ovaltines? Everyone knows Milo's the superior milk drink.
Here's the deal, John.
What?
No, I'm talking to John right now.
Oh, right. My name's not John. Thank you for that.
And neither is
Thank
his,
you very
by
much,
the
Miss
way.
Love, the fact checker of the podcast.
Here's the deal, John. If
Giovanni.
Giovanni, if you guys
Yep.
don't clip that out of context, or rather, if you do clip that out of context, then if we do that, then just you don't clip Jordan, because I'm very certain that someone's going to knock him off.
But
soon.
here's the problem, Miss Love. Why would they clip us?
There's no reason. I hope they
You
don't.
know what? They did. You know what? This is amazing. This is how stupid Twitter is. Every time they have clipped me out of context while I'm explaining the very thing that they are against, and they just
Yeah.
clip it so that
There's no.
it sounds like I'm saying it, right? But last week, you said, now, you can't clip this out of context because this isn't Friendlyjordies saying it. This is me, Ali, host of Holsworthy Live, okay? And then you proceed to say it. They clip you
Out.
and then say, I can't believe that's what Friendlyjordies said.
Hey, at least look. I'll give them credit. If they put that shit in where I'm saying this is not coming from Friendlyjordies, then that's acceptable.
What?
I don't
No, but they
care.
didn't. That's
Oh,
not
they
they
didn't?
clipped
They
that part.
didn't.
You're
They
speaking,
didn't
and
do
then they
that.
said, this is unbelievable.
This is fuck you guys. Seriously, you
can't win.
That was the point of that disclaimer.
Dude, that's the nature of clipping.
Yeah,
they can
and all-
clip you out.
Make us famous. We need more negative publicity.
Dude, the funny thing is though, like, do we incriminate ourselves at all? I don't think so. I think I do too. I think I'm there, been like, yeah, Chinese. There's only two types, right? I love that sweet and sour sauce. That's great. Like I say something like
They're
that.
sweet and they're sour.
So like I think I've
Two
incriminated
kinda
myself,
Chinese.
but I think they don't care.
Wait, what? Why are we talking about sweet and sour sauce? I can't
Because we're
remember.
talking about Chinese.
Oh, right, okay.
Stupid.
Yes, of course. How could I forget?
Now, go
now
on,
that we've talked
incriminate
about,
yourself.
okay, well, seeing as we're talking about Chinese, I'm just going to go out with it again. Now, let's talk about the Uyghurs one more time.
No. That's not. But you know what we could talk about, dude? There's bombshell news.
What?
China has just blocked Australian coal imports.
Good.
Holy
Well, that benefits
shit.
the world and it teaches us a lesson.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Whoa.
Yes, I am. But you know what? But like coal.
Who cares?
No, but that's huge.
Hey,
That's-
what do you mean?
that's not
People
even-
that like are.
Doesn't that mean we're going to be bankrupt in like 4 days? Isn't it going to be Mad Max in a week?
Actually, Miss Love, you'll be very interested to hear this, but apparently coal is not that big of an export for Australia.
True. And also,
what is it? What's
do you
the
know
bigger
the
one?
apocalypse one is iron ore? When they stop importing iron ore, that's when we start.
Did
shitting our
China
pants.
stop the iron ore?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. They did like
they
you know.
could,
But it's just that,
They're
like,
going to.
destroying 59th Street Bridge. And to prove I'm not bluffing, watch this.
Shit.
Do you know what China's doing? This is really smart. And for all those China hawks out there, this is going to be like in support of your position. But China's being like a bit of a cunt. Well, not a cunt. Well, whatever. So they're.
Wait, is this still? We're still on Twitch,
Sorry.
right?
Bit of like a female push.
Oh, for fuck's
That was a bad
sake.
joke. I'll take it back.
It's so weird. We should not be on Twitch with our pro-Chinese views. We should be on TikTok.
But this is
They are.
anti-Chinese
Format
view.
log.
What I'm about to tell you is anti-Chinese. What they're doing is they're choosing certain sectors that are highly concentrated between a few powerful individuals. Their point is if they like stop coal, there's going to be like, because there's a few people that sell most of the coal and they're going to get really annoyed because their livelihood's going to go. And then they're going to lobby their government, Australian government, to like, ease shit on China. So they're doing it specifically. They're not doing iron ore because they don't really want our economy to go down. But what they want is for a few sectors that are concentrated by a few individuals to be really effective so that they can go to their governments and just like, as in our government, is be like, hey, stop shitting on China so much or whatever.
Why is that cunty? That's clever.
Well, it's clever, but that's their strategy. It's not a very ethical strategy.
It's not an ethic. Well, what is in world politics? But
No,
the
no,
other
no.
thing is, Ali, you can agree with this. Mad.
Well, like
Just as a
targeting the coal.
change.
Yeah, and like that is
Just as a
kind of true actually, because they're targeting like really evil people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it works in that way.
And they clearly understand effectively that they're the ones that control the government if they're going for coal.
yeah. Well, yeah, they're hitting areas that matter. They're being really smart about that.
So, look, I know this is out of character for easily the most pro-Chinese commentator in Australia, but I've just got to say, winning move, China, very clever.
Yeah.
Well played. At the end, even if you're a China hawk, come on, let's look at the comments. Can you just write GGWP? No, this is not the first step to brainwashing where you get people to write down something in support of the other person. I'm just saying that we should just, credit where it's due. And credit is always due in China's court.
Well, my comments are gone, but I can just assume that they're pissed off at you.
Yeah, they definitely are pissed off.
But you know what? I kind of just like having this view because, well, I've just answered my own question. People are
Because-
always saying that I'm a contrarian, and I'm just going to have
You
to
are.
say
What-
GGWP,
okay,
I guess.
I got a question for you.
What?
What would be a bridge too far in terms of what China would do in regards to Australia? Like, what would be something where you'd be like, that shit?
Just one more video of them cooking a greyhound alive. After that, I'm on Scott Morrison's camp.
Jesus.
At least he doesn't do that.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
This
like
guy
if they're
really likes animals.
Yeah,
you
dude.
do.
He
And
is
I
into
do too.
bestiality.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah, no, I do. Just maybe not. I think your love of animals is the kind of thing where it's like you will step over a dying child to save a meerkat. I'm not,
Easily.
Yeah, I'm not at that level. And
Oh, you're going to help the dying child out and not the meerkat.
yes.
Well, then what happens to the meerkat?
Look, I
Well, the
assume-
child's got to eat something.
Just while you're giving it CPR, can you just ring me up?
Yes.
And say, can you hold the child's chest down? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm kind of busy at the moment. There's a meerkat here. Oh, I'll be on my way.
Well, that's not gonna. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Then
But
you'll come.
That's
yeah.
how you get it. But Ali, I really want to know your views, seeing that you're living in Pakistan. Do you like animals?
He
Some
eats a
of
lot.
them.
He eats a lot.
Some of them. I'll be honest. Some of them I'm not fans. Look. Here's the thing.
Like
The
cows.
animal
His
kingdom.
nuanced worldview of this kindergarten question.
Yeah, but my answer is basically Trump about Mexicans. Just like they're not all of them are great. Okay, some of them are rapists, including dolphins
Murderers.
and murderers. Some of them like tigers.
Wrong.
No, dude. Why would I hate animals?
Actually, this is
I
probably
do
an easier question. If
hate
anybody,
seagulls though. Just
Well, that's an animal. That's fair.
Do you know?
I hate pigeons.
Gang, my little conies. Let's make this pod dark. This is the Halloween one. Is there any animal that isn't a rapist? Is there any ones that we know for a fact don't?
I don't know.
You know what? I remember reading about
Cats?
this.
No,
Apparently,
cats rape all the time.
Oh, okay.
it doesn't depend on the animal. It depends on the scarcity of food and potential mate that gets you to like in the animal kingdom potentially rape whatever your opposite.
But otters have got it going on. They still do it.
I wonder if this is
I don't know,
something-
but it's more common in like desert, like kingdom, animals in like deserts and shit, where they'll see like a mate after 2
That is
years,
true.
and it's the only option, so they don't wait for like permission or whatever.
Because when I think of otters, they might not even be people yet. We should probably get a zoologist to look into this.
That would be
They
cool.
could just be teeny little Sasquatches.
Well, they're not people, so you just said.
But like
I think they might be.
What?
Don't you think they're kind of similar to us? I mean, I saw a golfer on Winnie the Pooh that's able to speak.
well, like more than like the apes.
Not there, but they must be pretty close. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, otters?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I think they're really smart.
I mean, I know, but there's a lot of animals that are octopi are extremely smart. Spiders.
Still not convinced that you're not an octopus. That's
Well,
true.
that's a compliment. They're very
come on,
intelligent.
look at this. I'd like to be under the sheet.
yeah, he's a giant octopus.
And I was like, yeah, I like this pod. There's not a lot of abuse coming. Yeah, it's a compliment because they are incredibly intelligent. Apparently, like they have, I don't know, they have the ability.
Open jars.
No. They
No, but they can do that.
I
But I,
don't
can
know.
imagine that Bisov would be very impressed by that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That is
so
impressive.
strong.
But they,
But you know, like
they can do a lot of crazy shit. They have
Dude,
like
do you want to
very
hear
high
something
intelligence.
real crazy? Like you probably know this, but you know the giant octopus or the giant squid fight sperm whales?
Yeah.
Damn.
They fight sperm whales.
How did you? I did not know that. That sounds like a Japan.
Why are you so
Japanimation.
impressed by that? They eat them, don't they?
Well, because their whales are huge. Can you imagine trying to fight a whale? And I know the giant squid is big too, but like a whale is still way bigger. And
Such rudimentary animal facts.
yeah, such rudimentary. And you know, here's another rudimentary animal fact. And because
what
Miss
is
Love
it?
doesn't know, I'll say it to the oldies.
Leopards have sport.
Do you know how they know that giant squids fight sperm whales?
I can guess a million ways, but I don't think any would be correct.
Because we haven't like been able to like record them fighting or anything. We haven't been able to like record giant squids a lot. Period. But
they don't know.
They have like sperm whales have these scratches on their head, which scientists have determined the only cause of that could be a fight with a giant
beak.
squid. Yeah.
not enough common sense in the science community. Although that is common sense. So yeah, there you go. Conclusive.
Okay. Are we doing this shit?
Well, I guess that gives a new definition to this phrase. Got to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
talking
the
about
bottom of
stuff
the
that's in
ocean.
the trenches. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this, Miss La? Why are we eating
Some
it?
weird shit I bought that I thought would be nice and did not realize it was like jellied rubbish, essentially.
But why are we eating it on the pod? Why is this a segment?
We used to do this all the time. This is like the crux of this is the backbone of this pod. Eating stupid shit like 2 weeks ago. What you forgot, did you?
Yeah. But like as a punishment.
Well, let's just cut the punishment out, shall we?
Okay.
I mean, sorry, cut the game out. Oh.
Well,
That
it
smells
does smell
good.
like grape air freshener. That's a good
It
start.
smells like they genetically modified a grape and made it into like a little robot.
Down the hatch, Ali.
What the hell?
What do you think about that?
Is it jelly?
Hey,
Hey,
this is actually really good.
it's jelly.
This does remind me of every kindergarten meal you like a little snack that you used to get.
This ain't bad.
You
I
like
thought-
that?
I didn't know it was jelly. This is jelly.
But why did you think it was bad? Didn't you have it before?
No,
So we're just eating food on the pod now. Is that what's happening?
pretty much.
Okay, great.
I thought it would be gross. Sorry. Thought I'd get some laughs, but you're never satisfied, are you?
It's actually,
Not bad.
I like it. It's not bad at all.
That was a fail. Sorry, I thought it would be spewing.
Yeah, I would recommend this if I knew what this said. Unfortunately, I can't. So it's still just got that lukewarm endorsement of Reese's peanut butter cups that stands. All I will say is it tastes like every treat that you had as a kindergartner before they were all taken off of the market. It's specifically the same time that Professor Gross make your own lollies kit went off because
Oh my
there
God.
had to be something correlating there, and that brought me back. I don't think that should be sold in this country.
I have not thought about that make your own lollies kit since I was like 12.
Did you ever make your own lollies?
Yes, I did.
Were they good?
And
No, they were not good. And it's just funny thinking about, I haven't thought about that since I was 12. And look, I'm just reiterating what Jordan said, but clearly it was just poison.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's
100%.
chemistry. It's like you can't give a child the ingredients to make synthetic sweet candy. I mean, look, it's the kind of thing that in the 90s, everyone's like, don't you think the equivalent of that in the 90s was like an iPhone? It's like, you're gonna be rich. This is amazing. And then it worked for a little while, and then it's just like, look, these actually taste like shit, and like kids are dying. Kids are dying.
that's true, but it's still amazing. I really liked that toy. One of my happiest memories is getting that when I was in Christmas and being really excited about it. And the saddest memory was the next day when it was recalled and my parents hoisted it out of my hands.
Damn.
Oh,
Did
shit.
did you ever have anything like that? Or you probably
no,
just
no
drank
one-
arsenic.
Yeah, we drank acid straight up.
Oh god.
No, dude, nothing was recalled ever. What are you talking about?
Ever?
No,
No cars? Nothing.
nothing has ever been recalled. Actually,
Well, so there's still just those 2003 Toyota Corollas that explode driving around
dude, you
in
can't
Pakistan.
recall it even if you ask them to. You know how you in any shop in Australia, if you buy something and like it's faulty or whatever, you can return it.
Yeah.
You can't do that there. They tell you, sucked in. That's what they say. And you go like, oh, this was actually faulty. It's not that I broke it. Like this was broken from this. That's what I'm saying. Sucked in.
I love that there's two laws in Pakistan. Buyer beware and don't be mean to Allah.
I think you just summed up the Middle
That's it.
East, actually.
Stable society.
I think that's everything from like the south of Italy to like England.
Okay, well,
And like all the Middle East.
on that note, can I bring in my segment, which is somewhat related?
Yes.
Look, I was going to try to make an analogy with Halloween. There's none. Okay, so
No, you have to.
so UAE. Have you heard of that, Miss Love?
Yes, I
The
have.
United Arab
Oh yeah.
Emirates.
Yeah, yes.
But he thinks it's a soccer team. It's kind of a country. But
Nah, it's pretty much the soccer team.
It's kind of a bunch of countries.
You know
actually.
what? He's right. You're banned from being the expert on foreign affairs from now on.
I mean, look, Miss Love does come. He is psychic. I can't beat that shit. I have to read and watch like YouTube videos. But on this very, very important segment, Jordan has decided, I'm fucking off.
He's just getting some tea.
He's coming back. So the UAE has just announced.
I want to see them comments.
Yeah, you can see the comments, but
But I'm listening.
the UAE has just announced that they are looking to naturalize all of the expatriate citizens over there. So this is I don't know if you're aware of this, but the peculiarity about UAE and like places like Qatar is that their citizens are only like 10% of the population of the country.
Yeah, like that's the same in Dubai, right?
Same in Dubai. So
Yeah.
UAE, so Dubai comes within UAE.
It's just a lot of Indian people, and they're like
A lot of Indians, Pakis, Bangladeshis, Filipinos, but like to the
And
point.
So pretty much,
Frankly, they're doing it right.
the Middle East migrated into Europe, and Europe migrated into the Middle East.
The Middle East migrated into Europe. Well, not nearly as much as wait. So the Middle East migrated into Europe. I'm guessing you're talking about like how French. There's too many Algerians there. You're talking about that, right?
Yes.
No Algerians were part of the Middle East, but yeah, something
Well,
along
North
those
Africa.
lines.
Anyway, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Don't you think? Because
What Europeans are moving to Dubai? What Europeans are moving to Dubai?
all of them,
Oh
aren't
yeah,
they?
there are Europeans moving into Dubai. Well, there's
I just imagine everybody. When I think of someone who lives in Dubai now, I think of a French man with sleeked back hair, just going, "Do you want to come back to my
yeah,
apartment?"
yeah.
I don't think that's like the majority of the people.
They're not
Like,
majority,
saying
but
it is.
no, there's a lot of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Isn't
Because of,
90% a majority?
because of
Have I been misinformed?
well, no, they're not 90% Europeans. They're 90% non-Emiratis.
So like,
So like a mix of different.
Oh, so there is a bunch of beady weedies.
Well,
there
okay,
as
I can tell you the breakdown. Actually, I think they're 25%.
you're just gonna overlook that term?
I'm sorry, but I think we're gonna have to.
Sorry.
It's too hilarious not to say.
Fair.
I don't care if it's racy or not. Dude. calling an Arab guy a beardy weirdy. I heard some comedians call it in the 90s, and I was like, nah, I'm sorry, that has to come back.
Yeah, we gotta
It's
bring
too
it back.
good.
Dude, and you're worried about getting clipped out of context. Anyway, go on.
Dude, this is the other thing. Like, someone was asking me the other day, what's your line? At what point do you say that joke's too offensive? And I came to the weird realization, I don't think I have a line
you
anymore.
don't have
You definitely don't.
Yeah.
And
What
frankly,
does he
neither
get off
do you.
the train for?
Well, from like, not because I'm offended, but because like, I don't want to get crucified in public is
Yeah.
why I'm like off of the train. And also, I might just not agree with that point of view. It's not that I'm offended by the point of view. It's that I don't think so. That's why I'm not on the train. But anyways,
Right.
but I think that comes with the job that we are doing. Like, we can't have a line anyways.
You definitely can't have a line.
Yeah, not in this biz.
Can't?
You
In
can't.
fact, now that I think about it, you have most of the lines.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? I'm like,
Yeah.
just like, well, come on, boys, you just call them beaties. How about that half of it? Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know, maybe just the outrageous shit. I'm just like,
Now
oh,
that I
you
think
do
about it,
have a
Ali
line.
is the least offended.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he reads Hitler's
but
book,
like,
you know?
you're not offended either, Jordan. Like, there's no like line for you either.
I don't think I've ever been offended by anything anyone's ever said. I'm trying to think.
That's
back.
true.
You know what I do get offended by or triggered by? Someone saying, I am not watching your videos anymore. I'm not listening to your podcast anymore. Because I have one searing question in my mind every time. Who the fuck are you?
I told you, guys.
And why?
Yeah.
But you should ask yourself, why do you know that that person doesn't want to watch you? Should stop reading your shitty comments.
Yeah, you're right.
Can we move back to UAE real quick? Okay.
You may.
So the UAE has like Jordan's walking off again. Now UAE again. Fuck off. So they've now come up with this new. They're planning on naturalizing their expatriate populations,
That's crazy.
which is remarkably crazy. Imagine like, yeah, if they were willing to like, if Australia was willing to accept a whole population of people that weren't Australian that were like also 40 million as opposed to our 24 million. It is crazy. And
Yeah.
most of the policy, most of the debate around this, if you have heard of this move, is that finally they're giving in because it was unfair to like have all of these workers and not giving them any
I
citizens'
suspect
rights.
that's not why they're doing it.
And that's like there was like a lot of pressure by the United States to like natural, but that is not the reason.
It's like can I just predict that it's somehow a tax loophole?
It's not a tax loophole, but you're close. Let me. So well, actually, you're not. The reason is that the UAE is made up of like 7 to 8 different independent what used to be kingdoms, and then they were all amalgamated into the United Arab Emirates around 1971, I think. And one of the things that they did at that point was make a lot of people that were people from Yemeni descent or Iranian descent or Bedouin descent citizens.
Ali, there's no reason to make up countries.
So the Yemeni and the Bedou, or they're known as like the Bedou people,
that was funny.
they were given citizenship at that time, and it was exclusively just for them. And what they did, because there was a lot of oil that was found in the UAE, they started giving like these insane welfare advantages to people that are Emiratis, who are also not just a royal family, but were also these like pre-1971 population that were living there. They were mostly, they had some relation to Iran, which becomes important now. So anyway, so these are the people. Like I'll tell you some of the advantages that these people have. Outside of very limited free trade zones in the UAE, you cannot own a business without having an Emirati as your partner.
That's like Malaysia, right?
Yeah, that's like Malaysia, and but more turbocharged, even more. So the
Malaysia's too lazy to do it.
the Malaysia, and also they just don't have a shitload of oil wealth to give away as these welfare incentives to their population. So UAE, Abu Dhabi, which is part of the UAE, is the only sort of state within that country that has a lot of oil reserves. So they also have like a lot of influence over their politics as a result. But anyway, so what was happening recently was that the UAE decided that they want to have an even more confrontational foreign policy towards Iran. And that's why they recognized Israel recently as well, if you've been following the news. UAE recognized Israel, which is like a pretty big move. But what that's doing is it's pissing off a lot of these citizens that have some sort of association with Iran, either directly, as in their ancestors were from Iran, or their ancestors are from regions which are Shiite in population, so they have Iranian sympathies. So they're putting in a lot of pressure on the UAE royal families to stop having this like really antagonist foreign policy towards Iran.
I'm surprised. I would have thought they'd be buddied up with Iran.
No, they're not buddied up with Iran, and UAE hates Iran because of the.
Why?
Well, that's an entire podcast on itself, but
Just
like
give it to me in a sentence.
Not the same Muslims.
it is not the same Muslims, and it is the only kind of Muslims that are giving like an opposition to their kind of Islam, which is the dominant one at the moment.
Which is basically like corporate Islam, kind of, right?
Corporate Islam mixed in with like some crazy fundamentalist shit, which you're not going to be a fan
Why are
of.
all of America's enemies the best countries?
Again, endorsing extremism.
Again, endorsing, but that's it. Kind of does make a little bit of sense because I don't think
there's extremism in America. You can get like jumbo dongo burritos. If you eat it all, you get a T-shirt. That's a kind of extremism.
That actually is really full on.
Thank you.
Yeah, look,
Sick of this
you've turned me around on this one, Mister. You've got me a lot to mull on as usual. Nachos.
and now I will vote
Burritos.
liberal. It changes the entire calculus.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Well, so the reason why UAE is willing
I'll get
to
the burritos.
So the reason why UAE is willing to like now give citizenship to its expatriate population is because that's the only way where they can like increase their sort of citizenry base and will include all of these other people like the Pakistanis, the Bangladeshis. Mind you, they're not going to give citizens to poor Pakistanis, but the ones that have been like sort of living there for ages and are part of the middle class. And they know
So pretty much your friends get citizenship.
yeah, ones that like have been there for some time, not the ones that have recently.
Isn't that all
gone
your
there.
friends? Didn't
Yeah.
all of them go there or to Canada? And if they went to
Yeah.
the UAE, they're successful businessmen. If they went to Canada, they're stoners.
A lot of my friends' families would possibly get the citizenship through this process. But what they would do is that this is going to give the royal family of Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which are basically the two main players in UAE, the sort of base to be able to counter these tribal sort of like oligarchies that are influencing them not to have a hawkish anti-Iran policy. So they're like, okay, if we accept all of these Indians, Pakis into our citizenry, they're basically just going to be like, yeah, fuck Iran. And they're not wrong because these people, the people that they're willing to give citizenship to, are just like they want to make money. That's all they care about. So they
It's
will.
the same reason for migration as it is everywhere else.
Yes,
Pretty
yes,
much.
To
And
dilute
also-
the population's wishes.
yes, pretty much.
Is that? Oh.
But because the
Do you agree that
population,
that's a fair sentiment of what the tactic behind migration is, or one of them?
it's certainly one of them.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
not
is.
the whole
Cheaper
thing.
wages for corporations, essentially.
That's one of them, but I've been thinking about it more and more. If you have immigrants coming into a country that aren't, what should we do? Like assimilated or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with
Naturalised.
it's the same thing with like my girlfriend's parents, right? They don't really have any interest in Australian politics at all. They have an interest in politics, but their interest is in Vietnamese politics.
Yeah.
So they're constantly learning about that.
It's strange.
So if you're a crap government, you want a population that has no interest in what you're doing.
that's a
100%.
that's a pretty good point. Yeah.
But then, like, if you're a crap government, then most of the people would be kind of into what you're doing because you're fucking up. You're a crap government. It's easy for Australians not to give a fuck about politics when, like, most of the shit's fine. As in, like, there's horrible shit that is long term, as in, like, the planet's going to be destroyed, like, wildlife. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not.
But right now,
But right now, it's chill. But for, like, a lot of these other countries, it's pretty horrible at that point, which is why they're more interested in it.
well, I mean, it sounds like that's what the UAE is doing.
Yeah, that's definitely what the UAE is doing. And
So it's a purely political move.
100%, and it's got nothing to for all those people that are like reading the news and saying like, finally, tyranny is coming down. It's like, actually, no, tyranny is being propped up even more here, in just a different way by like increasing the democratic base.
well, maybe not propped up more, but it hasn't been resolved.
Well, I think it's more because this like hawkish anti-Iranian policy is not good for anyone. That's my own assessment.
Why?
Because dude, like you'd rather like it's the same reason why like I oppose hawkish anti-Chinese stuff. Like try to like fucking work shit out because war kind of sucks.
Does Iran
Is
have
that too
nuclear
much?
weapons?
For Iran.
Iran does not have nuclear weapons, but if Iran is pushed into a situation, they can develop nuclear weapons within a matter of years if they wanted to.
Don't stress about them.
That's years away.
Yeah.
That's year, but like if Trump like character stays there, then they'll have no other option but to enrich uranium and start making bombs.
Ali has such a 2001 worldview.
What?
He's obsessed with the Middle East.
Well,
I
it's
am
interesting.
a little
No,
bit.
dude,
But this
it is
UAE point was
interesting.
good because like no one knows exactly what the reason is, and it's getting all of this like praise in media saying like, "Oh, finally democracy is
Yeah.
coming to UAE." Whereas that's not the case
it's
at
the
all.
Why,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you went there, you thought, man, fuck this place? Because you clearly seem to be very, very interested in sand and camels.
Wasn't it like
I
heaven?
am interested in sand and camels, but I'm not interested in the UAE because they suck balls.
Why?
Dude, this is
Do
like
that? Well, when I went there, yeah, the play equipment was terrifying. It was just giant children screaming, crouched over.
What?
But hey, I'm not a kid. Maybe that's what they're down with these days. But when I went there, it seemed pretty cool. It seemed like that desert planet that Luke Skywalker wanted to escape. And
was June.
let's be honest, so did I. So I've changed my opinion. It sucked.
It was June.
because they're trying to make it cool. It's an unnatural place. One of the things that they do and they've successfully done is that they've legitimately eliminated the entire middle class. So the way like taxes.
You like that?
No, I like middle classes. I mean, I kind
remember
of hate
one
middle
day
classes.
You came to me. This was years ago, and you go, I came to a conclusion, man. The middle class sucks ass.
Yeah, from George Carlin. That's where I got that from. And but I still want them to be there so I can hate on them. But the way
Ali's. I mean, come on. Why am I the one who's always getting clipped as not saying controversial things? This is Ali's actual stance. Fuck doctors.
yeah, fuck them.
Jesus.
Dude, it's not controversial. I don't understand why. Fuck them. And at this point, I can even say it because I am brown too, and all doctors are brown. So
Not all of
you
them.
just flopped out of the womb with a medical degree.
yeah. Someone's asked another question about. Okay, maybe we can address this. The Can UK thing. So do you know how there's, if I'm not wrong, if that's what it is, like there's like a proposal to build like a visa goods free, like basically a European Union between New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and the UK.
Well, there already is anyway. What's the point?
No, but freedom of movement too. So no visas. You can work the
What?
way like it is for New Zealand and Australia. Same rules would apply for all four countries.
Yeah, but come
Well,
on.
it pretty much is,
Neighbours
isn't
is aired in the UK. It is the same thing. You go there, there's more Australians there.
Yeah, he's right.
Well, yeah, but that they're usually on like a 2-year visa.
No, you know what this is?
And they're like on a.
You know what this is? This is huge.
Britain, don't make the same mistake New Zealand did. You don't want us there.
This is huge for
Actually,
everyone but Aussies.
this is bad for us. Is why I oppose it. Look, I think it's awesome because you could travel to like UK like slightly easier than it was before.
is.
And there's a lot of positives to it. There's the freedom of movement is amazing because it effectively addresses skills shortage immediately. We would be in such an advantage where we wouldn't have to like give citizenship to like a lot of Indian migrants. Like I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying like it would allow us to basically just have
Broaden our options.
broaden our options, and the labor market over here can be filled in quite good, but quite effectively with this. But the problem that we would face from it is, which is why it's good for the UK but not good for us, is that we're going to face the same issue that New Zealand faced when they did it with us, which is the brain drain. Usually, if there's a bigger market, the most talented people end up going to. So what we're going to have is a lot of people moving from Australia to the UK,
And we're going to get the dickheads.
and
already-
we're gonna get the UK dickheads. A lot.
I really don't see the point of making this official.
It is
This
already
really
happening.
just seems like getting married when you've been together for 20 years.
It's already happening.
No, it's not happening. There's
It happened.
we're opposing
I'm
it.
still trying to
No,
suss
but-
out if you're British or not.
Me too, Gav. No, but I would
You
assume
shining my shoes under the table.
I would assume that I think that there's a shit ton of Aussies everywhere, but there's probably less English and Canadians and stuff here. So like,
No.
no,
There's the vast majority of the illegal immigrants are British.
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There is, but if you remove the UK from this, I'm willing to consider it, but it won't be nearly as effective as it would have been with the UK.
But won't isn't so you're saying the brain drain isn't already happening? You're saying that the most skilled.
Well, it'll just be easier.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're like a scientist working on, let's say, some immune system shit,
No, I
right?
get it. I get it. The
You're
market is
currently
massive.
you're even though you might find a better job posting in the UK, right? Because they are a bigger market, they have more funds, they've got bigger grants and all of that shit. And right now, it's a hassle for an Australian scientist to be like, okay, I probably have to apply for this. I'm not saying that it can't be done,
that's a
but
good
there's
point.
a lot of steps before that person can now work in the UK. With this in place, they'll move tomorrow. It'll be as simple as like moving from Brisbane to Sydney.
Would you?
I like Australia, so I wouldn't, but I don't matter because I don't think the UK really wants me anyways. Why would they want like some bullshit lawyer? They've got millions of those, or like a podcaster.
Shit lawyer.
Boys, do you want to move to Canada?
Out of all four of them, that's the one that I'd most prefer.
Let's go to Canada.
I would-
Ardern reigns supreme with a majority.
Who?
Jacinda Ardern.
Oh, by the way, do you have a take on that?
No, I just saw some guy getting owned on Twitter that was like a former politician that some 7:30 report equivalent chick was shredding. And I got to say, I thought it was just mean. I think I found my limits. I was offended by that.
Yeah, that's your line. But wait,
This New Zealand politician that I know nothing about was sitting there being like, that's a bit harsh. And now I know what people felt like when they watched my Joe Hildebrand video without knowing who Joe Hildebrand is.
Yeah, but if they knew, they would.
Wait, so who was being harsh towards whom?
It was just somebody who was
Australian.
pretty much just Lee Sales, but I think replace her Weasley face with an onion, and you'd have the same human being, and obviously that annoying New Zealand accent. Which, if you are from New Zealand, I just want you to really understand this. Can you just learn to talk like the rest of Australians do, and just accept this? You are a state of ours. Get over it. You have less people than Queensland. Stop this charade.
Seconded. I won't address their culture and history. I'll leave that unmentioned, but seconded. But yeah, look, I think it's time we move to Canada and just smoke up. Come on, the pod will do better.
Out of those four, Ali, which one would you prefer? You can't choose Australia, so out of those three. New Zealand is Australia, so
New
it's just Canada or
Zealand.
UK.
I can't. Okay, if between Canada and UK, I don't want to go to Canada. It's too cold, and also
What do you think England is?
slightly less cold. To Canada, it's like -40. UK
Yeah,
is like
it is.
-10.
It's true.
There's a 30-degree difference over there. And also, the UK, I have like, I just live in the UK for like a couple of years just so like I can travel all across Europe.
Brighton, mate. Yeah, it's true.
Who keeps bumping the table?
My penis, I'm getting an erection. My bad. Was that too crass? That's not true, by the way. Just
I don't
in
know.
case.
Let me feel. Yeah, there's something there.
My penis is so big.
Damn.
Bumping the table. All right.
Yeah, it keeps going up and down as well.
the ego.
UAE up. UK down.
Wait, where would you guys live? You both of you would rather Canada?
I just want to see Canada, man. Like, I just want to go. I've lived in the UK for a year. 6 months. I've been to New Zealand twice, so it's like Canada's the one.
Man, I've been to Canada. Just watch South Park the movie. It's a simulator.
Yeah, but I like that movie, you know. Plus, I gotta try. What's that shit called they eat?
Putain.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Snack packs are better. Poutine. That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
Poutine.
What a
Poutine.
great name.
Yes,
so appetizing.
I know the snack,
But then again, it does taste like complete shit. So you're gonna love it.
exactly. Cheese curds. Why haven't those two words been put together in my vocabulary yet? I'm 30 years old and I've never tried cheese curds. I haven't lived.
Oh, so you haven't had to go over this. You've never put cheese and fries
You
together.
can try.
Because
No.
that's all it is.
Yes, but they're cheese curds.
Are they similar to cheese turds?
Yes,
But
but
you got to think about that.
Bring in
No,
the big
you
point.
consider that.
I will.
I'll
Yes.
get back to you later. That's
Consider
going to be
it.
your segment.
All
For
right.
once, you're going to bring something to this podcast.
Look, I was gonna. I wanted to bring up the Jacinda Ardern victory, and what do you think is like? Do you think that's a tell for Australia?
A tell?
Yeah,
Why
because
is it a
like,
tell?
you know how these are domino effects. When Trump wins, Bolsonaro wins, Boris Johnson wins. When Jacinda
Right.
Ardern wins, does Albo also win?
I think it's just an effect of not having the Murdoch press and her having the smartest PR team on earth, because she has less power than 3 Australian premiers. Think about this. She is less powerful than Anastasia Palaszczuk.
Really?
Her decisions impact
number-wise.
less people's lives.
Yes. And the tape
And with
block
most
off
of them, I
most
reckon
of
they're
the
just
power.
pretending that those people in New Zealand exist.
Huh?
I swear it's just the guys from the Flight of the Conchords and like that New Zealand newsreader.
And my mate Millsy.
Millsy does exist. I have touched him before.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't. I'm pretty sure I have SARS, but
Inappropriately too, you touched him.
yeah,
Oh,
of
you're very
course,
sexual
always.
tonight, aren't you?
Sorry, I'm
When
always
is it?
sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Would you like to get pegged, darling?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, that needs to be put up. All right,
Open
well,
your
what about
ass.
this? Is this sacrilegious? We just give him a bit of a fingering with that.
Dude,
No, you don't like that.
fine.
Well, you know, I was shocked by that actually. I thought you'd be into
Why
that.
can't I be on one of those Guido pods where they just talk about burgers?
They would be talking about that a lot as well.
Yeah, what?
Yo, have you ever put a finger up your ass? What do
Yeah.
you think about that?
after having a
Maybe not like Christian symbols as much.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yo, don't do that.
Hey, when are the
I should be beaten up.
Queensland elections?
Soon.
Yeah, Halloween.
Oh, Halloween. Damn.
Yeah, that's a riddle. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to win. But back to your Arden point.
Yeah.
I think it's just indicative of the fact that there's no Murdoch press there, and she is a global celebrity.
Colbert.
I think people in Tibet know who Jacinda Ardern is.
She's
and I
basically
don't know,
Obama.
but yeah, so insane that her PR team was able to do that. I don't know how, but that's why she was able to win.
But also, like, dude, I have to give her credit for something. The JobKeeper program that works well everywhere around the world, including Australia, I'm pretty sure Scott Morrison straight up stole it from her.
Didn't they steal it from Labor? But she's Labor, I guess.
Well, she is Labour in the New Zealand, but she. I remember how initially the Liberal Party was just about those bonuses where those cash schemes came in, where they give you like what is it called, the stimulus money.
Yeah.
But there was a weird turn of events where like Jacinda Ardern came up with her JobKeeper program, which was, dude, okay, even if they had an idea of JobKeeper, they definitely fine-tuned it from her program. So I have to give her credit for that. Other than that, I don't know much about it. Because I'm self-centered, and if it's relating to Australia, then I give a shit. But I do
All I know is from her New Zealand in 2 minutes skit that she stole from Neil Cole-Hackar, so it's a given path.
No. Oh, right. Yeah.
That's true. I guess it works out. But yeah, she is a global celebrity, and that media attention helps for sure.
Well,
How could
clearly.
you? Yeah.
You know how hard it is to gain a majority in New Zealand's... God, why are we always talking about parliaments and their makeup? But look...
It's your bread and butter, mate.
Yeah, but how are you on this pod? That's the real question here.
I ask that every week.
He just said he wants to be in a pod where they talk about burgers.
Yeah, I ask that every week, my friend. Shadow?
What a strange mishmash.
Hey, you chose
You
it.
shouldn't be on this pod. You shouldn't be in this country. I shouldn't have this job.
No, don't sell yourself short. You earned it.
Thank you very much. That's really nice of you.
Hey,
I mean
and
that
I
from the
earned
bottom of my
this
heart.
citizenship too, all right?
Nah,
I
not
actually
so
earn that
much.
citizenship.
a lot of time watching bullshit Australian television not to get citizenship. Imagine if I had to go back, knowing who fucking Eddie Maguire is, would be horrible sitting in Pakistan.
Why?
Just-
Spread the
just being
word.
like,
Spread the good
Fuck,
word.
Logie goes to Wali Dali again. I hate this.
Dude, you would be Babu in Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Babu is Pakistani and he gets extradited back to Pakistan.
Why does he get extradited?
Because Jerry, what's the name? Elaine was supposed to be looking after his mail, and then she forgot to give him the mail, and then Babu didn't get his visa renewal papers
In time.
He's a very bad man. A very bad man. So good.
You see, Ali, that's how you explain complicated things.
I can't believe you guys don't think it's the best show ever made. This should convince you enough that it's the best show ever made.
Well, there's a little Bollywood movie.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I do just have these little flashes of my childhood every
Yeah.
time you do something
From Seinfeld, and it just hits, it just clicks back, right?
So it does have a memorable
Sentimental
quality to
value,
it, I
yeah.
suppose, because I'm remembering it.
There you go.
What's happening with this Clive Palmer shit? What's the news?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on there? Tell us, my little conies.
Yeah, tell
There's
us.
some-
Red
something
forth,
happening.
my little flying monkeys.
There's something happening with everyone keeps
Oh
talking
my God,
about.
Jordan, you're suing, he's suing you.
There's there's supposed to be a Clive ad. Do you want to watch it on air?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, do it. I would
Okay.
love to see it. It's really funny because if I didn't have Jordan as a friend, his propaganda would work perfectly on me.
What, this vague sense of Australia's pretty good. Australia.
Yeah, and then-
actually, no, it's actually shit. I've changed my mind.
And then China, Australia, and I'm like, well, I can't not vote for him.
Well, I can't find any ad that's recent.
I do like Australia.
Coney's.
Can someone send us a link of
Link
what the
us.
fuck you're talking about?
Link
And
us.
also, can you guys tell us of the stupidest person you've ever met
Oh, his ad from last year.
politically? I just want to know where the bar is for the average Aussie. Like, what's the dumbest thing you've ever heard anyone say about politics? I would really like
about
to know that.
politics.
I still think the stupidest one was there was, huh?
Sorry, I was just gonna say that. Which party's the ALP again?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we have a
fair.
new champion. I'm sorry. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard about politics.
Fair. I can't deny that.
Chief political editor.
But the difference is I'm proud of that because I think you guys are nerds. So
Yeah, but I don't know if that qualifies as nerds not knowing the name of one of the major parties in the country you live in.
you don't.
Well,
you aren't friends
they
with
have
my,
to advertise it with an $80 million budget, don't they? Then maybe I'll listen.
I mean, we don't run the same circles, I guess, but most of the people I know would disagree with you.
Come on. Most of the people you know, I'm pretty sure are just the stars of Train Spotting.
Pretty much, but yeah, I can't deny that either. Really, it's pretty accurate. But
So
it
do
doesn't-
they live
doesn't
in
make it
this
untrue.
dimension?
I mean, technically they do.
What was the divide, do you think, of the successful musicians? Successful is not the right word. Hard-working musicians, you know, with the non-hard-working. And I'm imagining that a hard-working musician does the equivalent of someone who has a part-time job of working a day a week.
How would they live in Sydney if they did that?
That's a good question. I want to know the answer, but I'm assuming that it's drugs.
Well, that's still working, dude. That's still
They're
working.
thinking
That's a
they're.
hustle.
Wait, are you talking
It
about?
is.
Are you saying they do drugs and they think they're living in a house, but they're actually on the street?
Yeah, I think that a lot of the musicians you know live in the Blue Mountains and think they live in Newtown.
Also, it's like, they all have this like mentality that Miss Love has. It's like, dude, this room, this like tiny storeroom, but I get to pay $100 for it. Easy. I just need a little space to live in.
Which you are going to do something with me right now. We are going to deprogram Miss Love.
Yeah, you need Windows. Windows is good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
they're
bugs is
expensive.
bad. I think that
No,
should
you're
just
just
be
going
the
to listen
motto.
for once, Miss Love.
I've been trying to tell Miss Love that anything below $200 in Sydney is not going to be worth it.
And I've been telling you to shut up.
But you know what? Miss Love probably would be okay with living in one of those dingy, shitty places. He just doesn't have that bone.
Listen to the man.
Yeah,
He was happy living under a bridge.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I still stand by houses in Newtown are worse than a bridge.
Kind of.
It's true. But Miss Love, like at some point,
I mean,
you-
it's true. I would rather that my housemates be rats.
but like Miss Love, at some
And
point,
they
you,
are rats anyway.
you should realize that sunlight is good and it's
Yeah.
important.
Thank
It's
you,
not a
preach, Charlie.
luxury. It's a necessity.
But if
And
I want that-
having a bathroom that doesn't have like 15 other hairy men shitting on it is also, I would say, a necessity.
plus?
A plus.
Ali would say it's a plus.
Yeah, all
I would
good
definitely
points.
say
Miss
it's
Love
a
didn't
plus.
know that those toilets existed.
No, I
but-
didn't. All good points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But all I'm saying is just for a little bit more money
Yeah.
and a little less guitar pedals that you already have,
It just it hurts, but yeah, go on. I'll guess I'll keep listening.
you don't have to live in Newtown. And I don't know if you've noticed this about yourself. This is something that you're probably deeply unaware of. It's a subconscious habit of yours. You hate Newtown. You're always talking about how it's the worst place in Australia.
He hates it ironically. It's the opposite of liking something ironic.
Do you think it is ironic?
No,
I
it's
think-
not.
I think
It's
Mr.
not ironic. It's just like one of those things where it's just like, well, the better the devil you know. Well, let's get what are those things called? Banh mi. Yeah, $10. Well, it tastes good.
There's other places that sell banh mi.
I know, but where?
The rest of Sydney.
And also,
Name
if
one
I'm
suburb.
honest, dude, Newtown banh mi suck balls.
Yeah, Newtown
Probably.
banh mi
They're the
suck.
worst.
They do
Yes.
actually. They do.
I'm pretty sure in your mum's apartment there's a banh mi store. They're everywhere.
What?
You just haven't noticed.
They're all good points.
Yeah, well, what's the bad point?
There are no bad points.
So why are you still thinking about this?
Because-
I really can't think of a fate worse than living in Newtown.
Because Miss Love can't fathom the idea of paying more than $250 for rent.
Yeah,
Because he
too
thinks
much.
that's
It's
too much.
It's almost like I would rather punish myself to be like, it's like flat. It's like masochism to like punish myself to sort of live, or whatever, like in a situation like that. Than like, being like, ooh, Sydney. $250 a week. Oh yeah, top. Like it's got a nice bridge and a shitty harbour. $250 isn't enough. I want to pay. You know what? I want to pay $1,000 a week as a Patreon back to Sydney. Ooh, what's that? Cabs that smell like turds. We'll make it 1,001. It's just whatever.
But you're going to be living with ghosts, which I know at this point you think is a good idea.
ghosts.
Do you know living with ghosts where like you know that there's people that live there but you've never seen them?
That sounds great.
Yeah, but they're
that's
there.
Some of the people that live there.
Yeah.
Because you forget, you're not going to have 3 housemates. You're going to have 6.
At least.
You're just going to know the names of 3.
Look, as long as I don't have to see them, as long as they're very, very happy to hear the blaring sounds of fuzz pedals at any hour
Actually,
of the day.
he's the dick too. he's the cunt as well in this situation.
Stop saying that word.
Sorry,
We're
But
still on
it's
Twitch.
true. But both of us have offered Ms. Love.
They're good points. I'm not
Both of us
denying
have
them.
offered Ms. Love like a place to stay for free in the past.
Yeah.
And
Very
just
nicely.
been like with the proviso, how about you just book out a studio to toil around on the guitar? To which his response every time is 2 words: no deal.
But you know what?
But you
That
could
is
book
something-
out the studio for probably cheaper than living in Newtown.
You know
but
what?
I think that you.
That is a good point. Now you got me thinking. That's not a bad point. If I could find a studio space that is cheaper, then hey presto.
Look at this one.
That's a good point. Dude,
I will take advantage of your house for
yes,
free.
that's right.
Based on- okay, look,
Hey, I will make you meatballs occasionally. All right, what else
there's
do you want?
there's a guy.
Let's just be really clear about this. So occasionally.
No.
I lived with you for a year. I think you did it once.
Oh,
So it's
I
a
was a
leap
little
year
busy.
thing. It's just
I was a little
when
busy,
the
mate.
Olympics comes around.
Was I not
Just
working?
one of those new Olympics rings is a meatball.
What do you think I was doing down there? I was working. Can't all sit around in our undies being like, and that is how you're successful in life. Just do not work in a physical job. Can't all do that for a living. I wish I could.
Miss Love, look at this. There's a guy called Banmole who says I am paying $500 in Newtown. Now, I'm not saying you have to pay $500, but what I'm saying, $500 to $400 is what gets you like an adult place.
I don't want
where
an
you've
adult
got like a
place.
little, you've got your own bathroom, you've got a little studio. Still
No,
not great.
no, I don't want that.
So those are the goals. If you keep looking for shit that's like,
Whose goals? I don't want that.
so you always want to live with like 17 other hairy men.
No, but for now, it's all I deserve.
Actually, I like that way of looking at it. Okay, accept it.
I mean, you're actually a massive fan of living like a prisoner and just being like, no, I don't need anything. Punish myself. What's that word? Like,
But you've just
The
took the words out of
bourgeois-
my mouth. I would much rather live in a maximum security prison than Newtown.
fair.
And I would also go further than this. Living in solitary confinement is very different to living with 5 people that suck.
Oh, yeah,
That is a way
100%.
worse punishment.
I would, much rather be in solitary confinement than 5 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
especially, Ali, I don't think you're stressing this enough. 5 people that are terrible human beings.
Yeah, they're all
Like
they're-
worse than prisoners. At least prisoners have interesting stories. They all have the same one. My mum's a bitch. Where are you from? North Shore. Which I guess is why Miss Love is moving there.
Do you know
that's
what- do you
not
know
why.
what's one
I
advantage?
I just would prefer like the company of people that aren't my parents for a change. That's all. That's all.
Yeah,
but this is your problem in life, Misov. You're always fantasizing about.
I'm not. No fantasies, no delusions of grandeur this time. It's just practical. And also, it really
It's
is
the opposite of practical.
It's not. It's
the
not.
19-year-old dream.
No, it's
Living
not
in a
that.
share house in Newtown is not a step into adulthood.
Yeah. I'm
That is a step back into fuck gap year. What do I do? Oh, I've got an idea. Fuck all.
But not if I'm working and saving. I mean, I don't. It just doesn't appeal to me.
That is a gap year.
What do you mean?
But
You're
are
just
you?
explaining
Are you?
a gap year.
What, working and saving?
Yes.
But but it is not my dream to pay like maximum money for a relevant of the house in fucking Sydney.
I'm not saying that's your dream, but at some point you've got to realize, and I'm not even saying that you do that now. I'm just saying you've got to realize that that's how normal human beings are supposed to live.
Sure. That's not me.
And it's costly, I understand, in Sydney, but that's why you could look into like but I'm just saying that at some point you've got to realize that living with 6 other people is not okay.
Yes, but the key point
You
of that
can
sentence
live
is,
with 6 other people.
Yes, but the key point of that sentence is at some point. That's the key
At some
part.
point, but like we're kind of not 19 anymore.
Well, I can't afford to. I can't afford to pay
I
$500.
I feel you, but
no, I
you-
can't.
I know how much you earn. You
Exactly.
Can afford that.
And also
I can
you
afford
can.
that. I can afford that if I didn't have an expensive musical habit, didn't pay for all my own
Wasn't
music
into
habits.
crack.
No, that would be cheap. It didn't have a
That's-
music
no,
habit.
but that's really what he's
And-
describing. He's just being like, so I really nurture your way out of this. I'm going to have to move into a crack den.
And-
Because I'm an addict.
And also,
Are you even?
What
Would
do
you
mean?
even actually be productive in that crack den? Because
I
you know,
would. I
No.
hope so. I
Yeah,
would hope
exactly.
so.
I don't
See-
think you would be, because what you get from that 6 other people, and this is one of the only advantage of living in that situation, is like you've got a constant drug hookup. That person would be able to get you any drug you want.
I'm pretty good at
instantly, as long as he also gets to have it with you.
that's 2/3 of the people in my life now, so that's not the case. I'm already in that world.
Look, I get it.
And you,
Yeah, but look, currently you live with 2 housemates. Do you really want to expand that? And do you think that that's going to be less annoying? Because here's the difference. Right now you're paying 0 rent, and your annoyance is that you have all the free meals you like and someone coming in to say that they love you.
stop doing it.
That's what
and
you're
like
pissed off at the
regularly
moment.
feeding you blue swimmer crabs, which I know you hate, but let's be real, they're good.
I love them.
Is that really that big of a problem?
Look,
My problem is I kept getting asked to eat crabs. Every night they're
Hi,
like,
Mom.
Sometimes
I
I
love
want lobster.
you. Look, I
I'm
need.
pretty sure that those 5 bum housemates in Newtown will cook me that.
No.
you know, they'll
love-
give you shingles is what
I
they'll
love
give
this.
you.
I love.
Yes, I know. They'll give you a type of crabs.
I love my living situation, and prefacing that because my parents are definitely watching this now.
they?
For sure. I love it.
MasterChef isn't
It's
on.
amazing. Of course, it's incredible. It's just that, like, I think, you know, a situation in the near future at some point in which, ideally, obviously, I wouldn't be adverse to living completely on my own if I could afford to do that, or would it be in a look, how can I put
No, look, I know what you're trying to say.
No, I'm okay.
No,
If-
I can read your mind.
Okay, what am I
All
trying to say?
You think you're the psychic
Tell me,
one.
tell me.
You're saying that if you change your environment, you're going to be more productive.
Not just that. I feel like as much as you guys are talking about downsides of like random druggo people from Newtown, which there are plenty, believe it or not, they'll be a lot less intrusive in my life. That's all I'm saying.
All right, is that what we're ending this podcast?
Is that what we're ending it? Because that was a really grim ending. That was the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's cool. It's just like I'm loved too much. I'm such a lucky boy, but like I just, you know, yeah, I just need solitariness. And
You're not going to get that in Newtown.
Exactly. You know what you
Why?
should do? Move to Penrith.
Exactly. If you want solitary,
it's too far, and also it's scary. Too far and
I
scary.
agree with you. Actually, I wouldn't want to live in Penrith.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, I have thought about
There,
I've
there
thought
are
about
other
the mountains.
suburbs than Lane
I've
Cove
thought about-
and Newtown.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I have thought about the mountains, but again, I'm not going to fucking...
Dude, move to Holsworthy.
How
You're
much is
definitely
rent?
not gonna
How much
like.
is rent?
Probably it'll be
He
like
lives in a mansion for $500 a week.
true.
But I
true.
feel like
it's
I'll
not
be-
a mansion, but true.
But I feel
do.
like that's too isolated.
It is. But it forced the reason why I
Right,
moved
so-
back into Holsworthy anyways, because I've been doing my rounds. I've lived, in somewhat shitty places, but I moved back because I genuinely think it's like a lot more productive.
Yeah, but you live with other human beings. I would live Jordan's life of like when Jordan moved into like a haunted house in the mountains in Zigzag for a little while before he moved in with me. Like I would be like
That was sick.
I would be like in an
Yeah,
apartment.
that was the days.
Except for like way sketchier with just lads being like, "Hey, brah," instead of like fucking gum trees. And I would
What's
just
the difference between that and Lithgow?
well, not your
The
area.
gum trees.
Zigzag was beautiful.
Yeah.
But like I would be in an apartment or whatever. Sure, you're right. It probably would be cheap. And I think I would be productive for a while. But then I would just be like, I'm lonely. Why don't they come over? And then I would just see like a figure in the window, be like, a ghost. Too scared to call the police. I'm gonna sleep under. I'm gonna go under the doona and stay here for 4 hours. That's no life either, you know.
Yeah, true.
So all
Okay.
you're saying is you just want to move out because your parents don't talk about which Strokes album they like the most.
No, I
I,
don't.
I think we've gotten to the
I
bottom
don't
of
want
it.
to. I
That's
don't
really
want to. I
what's
don't want to
happening.
go. I don't want to like divulge more on this in detail. All I'm saying is,
That's what you're saying.
no, it's not.
But we've really gotten to the bottom of it.
This
You
is what I'm
don't want
saying.
isolation.
No, I want both. I want to mix. This is all I'm saying. Ideally, here's an ideal situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this will happen at some point in my life, you know.
The ideal situation involves a very, very hot woman living with you too. I'm just saying that that's the ideal.
But no, this is what I'm
situation.
saying.
That is Ali's
ideally,
ideal
and I'm not. This
situation.
isn't some like Jordan does very. He pays me finely. I'm doing fine, but I'm in a financial situation where I can just live in one of these, or a little bit more
Can
realistically.
we give you a round of
I can
applause
live
for
in
just
Harry
that
Potter's
statement?
closet
No.
without the magic.
Well,
Just a round of applause just for that statement that I'm in a financial situation where I can live in one of these. Did you ever
Yeah.
imagine Miss Love would say those words? And you can. I know your finances. And
No, I
you
can't.
definitely can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
But it's like it's
No, I can't.
I want to give you a round of
Yes,
applause
you
for being in
can.
that
Dude, I
situation.
can't. I could. What are you saying? What's that mean?
I'm saying that the fact that you can afford to live in a decent place is you deserve a round of
I can't
applause.
afford to live in a decent place.
We picked you up from a gutter with $20 before you started this
I'm
podcast.
very happy.
$20 is a gross estimate. You had no money.
I
You
was
had
in
negative
minus.
money.
I was
You had
in minus.
less money than homeless
I'm
people.
super grateful and everything. It's just that, look, maybe, okay, you know what? I'll throw you guys a bone here. Maybe.
Just maybe you'll live in Petersham.
No, listen.
Okay, like hard, but I
throw you
can't
guys-
do anything less than
I'll
that.
throw you guys a bone. Maybe if when I finish this album, because that's going to cost a lot of money, and then pay off the whatever debt I have, and
You have
then
debt?
Not much, just a little bit. Shit all really.
What, credit card debt?
Well, me and my ex had like some bullshit credit card thing. It's not a lot of money. That's kind of irrelevant. But what I'm saying is, if I
How
get
much is it?
I don't-
$800,000.
Wait, hold up. That is not irrelevant.
it's nothing. It's like
juicy.
no, it's like nothing. Like literally nothing. So like not worth
on.
talking about.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what I'm saying is, if I were to do that and then somehow quell my, let's be frank, guitar pedal obsession, then it's possible that I could do it. But then I'm not going out. I wouldn't be able to go out to your fancy noodle place. No. I'm making my own noodles. But it could be done. You're right. It could be done.
Yeah.
But those obstacles are significant. And at the priority of my life now is making, well, as well as working for my lovely friend here, is making sick records. And I do it cheap. But it's just a little bit of money. So I gotta be
Nothing's ever happened in Newtown. That's where artists go
Dude.
to trick themselves into thinking they're artists.
Dude, you have to understand. I don't care where it, like I don't care. I don't want to go to Newtown. I want a tiny little prison room that's cheap, and they seem to be in Newtown. They don't seem to be.
Well,
like,
you know what? I just heard about a place in Lane Cove that is an abandoned vet hospital. So if you're okay with the ghosts of budgies and
what are you
iguanas,
talking about?
It's $80 a week.
That is not in Lane Cove. You're tripping.
No, not in Lane Cove. Sorry, St Ives. The one that has way more pigeons than humans in it. That one.
You mean St Leonard's?
Yes, that's
Third
it. That's
time
it.
lucky.
We got there, didn't we?
What the hell?
You did.
What
Anyway.
the hell are you talking
That
about?
was the real riddle of this.
Sorry, this has
episode.
just become an intervention live. Hey guys.
Wait, look, we're overtime, and
No,
this is
you
a
can't
personal
stop it
conversation.
now. I don't care.
Nah, that's the end of that. You're going to Newtown.
Come on.
No,
And also,
sorry.
let's
You
not
had your
forget.
chance.
Let's
You
not.
didn't get the riddle quick enough.
Let's not
The
forget.
milkman? Is it a milkman? Who owns it? The mailman. The
yeah,
mailman.
it's the mailman.
You have to give this this point some weight. Newtown is great for content.
Yeah, okay, that's
The stories,
true.
the people he's going to interact with, this pod is going
That's
to go
what I
off
said
the
to
hook.
him.
Yeah, I
That's
changed
what I
my
said.
mind. Good on you.
That's what
Let's do it.
That's what I said.
All right, thank
to
you
him.
guys.
Miss Love, take one for the team.
Thank you guys for listening in, and we'll see you next week.
Arrivederci, bambino.